Understanding Brute Force Attacks. A comprehensive guide to defending against unyielding intrusions. A brute force attack is a cyber attack method that involves systematically trying all possible combinations of passwords or encryption keys until the correct one is found. In this comprehensive tutorial, we will delve into the intricacies of brute force attacks, their variants, prevention methods, and the significance of robust security measures against these relentless cyber threats. Chapter 1. Introduction to Brute Force Attacks. 1.1 What is a brute force attack? A brute force attack is a methodical trial-and-error approach used by attackers to gain unauthorized access to systems, accounts, or encrypted data. 1.2 The nature of brute force. Brute force attacks are characterized by their relentless persistence in trying all possible combinations to crack a password or encryption key. Chapter 2. Variants of brute force attacks. 2.1 Simple brute force. Attackers attempt every possible combination of characters to guess the correct password, often starting with common choices. 2.2 Dictionary attack. Attackers use a pre-compiled list of common passwords or words from a dictionary, reducing the time required to crack the target. 2.3 Hybrid attack. A combination of dictionary and brute force approaches. Attackers append numbers, symbols, or other characters to dictionary words. Chapter 3. Impact and consequences of brute force attacks. 3.1 Unauthorized access. Successful brute force attacks grant attackers unauthorized access to systems, user accounts, or sensitive data. 3.2 Data breaches. Brute force attacks can compromise valuable data, including personal information, financial records, and intellectual property. 3.3 Identity theft. Attackers can impersonate users or employees after obtaining login credentials, leading to identity theft and unauthorized activities. Chapter 4. Detecting and preventing brute force attacks. 4.1 Account lockouts. Implement mechanisms that lock user accounts after a specified number of unsuccessful login attempts. 4.2 CAPTCHA and rate limiting. Require users to solve CAPTCHAs or implement rate limiting to slow down multiple login attempts. 4.3 Multi-factor authentication, MFA. Utilize MFA to add an extra layer of security by requiring additional verification steps beyond passwords. Chapter 5. Password management and security practices. 5.1 Strong password policies. Enforce strong password requirements, including a combination of uppercase and lowercase letters, numbers, and symbols. 5.2 Regular password updates. Encourage users to change passwords regularly, reducing the window of opportunity for attackers. Chapter 6. Real-world examples of brute force attacks. 6.1 LinkedIn data breach. In 2012, attackers used a brute force attack to compromise LinkedIn accounts and expose millions of users' passwords. 6.2 iCloud celebrity photo hack. In 2014, attackers targeted iCloud accounts, using brute force to access celebrity photos stored in the cloud. Let's explore more details about brute force attacks and their nuances. Chapter 7. Advanced brute force attack techniques. 7.1 Credential stuffing. Attackers use previously compromised username-password pairs from other breaches to gain unauthorized access to different accounts, exploiting the habit of reusing passwords. 7.2 Rainbow table attacks. Attackers use pre-computed tables of hashed passwords to rapidly look up the corresponding plaintext passwords, significantly speeding up the brute force process. 7.3 GPU-based brute force attacks. Attackers leverage the computational power of graphics processing units, GPUs, to perform parallel processing, accelerating the speed of brute force attacks. Chapter 8. Techniques to defend against brute force attacks. 8.1 Account lockdown policies. Implement temporary or permanent lockouts for accounts with multiple failed login attempts, preventing further brute force attempts. 8.2 Intrusion detection systems, IDS. Deploy IDS solutions to monitor and detect patterns of repeated failed login attempts, triggering alerts or automatic responses. 8.3 CAPTCHA challenges. require users to complete CAPTCHA challenges after a certain number of failed login attempts to differentiate between humans and automated bots. Chapter 9: Importance of Encryption. 9.1 Encryption and Brute Force. Encrypt sensitive data, passwords, and keys to make it computationally infeasible for attackers to decipher even if they gain access to the encrypted files. 9.2 Salting passwords. Add a unique random value, salt, to passwords before hashing, making precomputed attacks like rainbow tables less effective. Chapter 10: Real-world implications of brute force attacks. 10.1 The Ashley Madison hack. In 2015, the extramarital affairs website Ashley Madison suffered a breach due to weak password security, leading to public embarrassment and legal consequences for many users. 10.2 The Jeep Cherokee hack. Researchers demonstrated that a Jeep Cherokee's entertainment system was susceptible to a brute force attack, highlighting potential safety risks in connected vehicles. Chapter 11: Legal and ethical considerations. 11.1 Responsible disclosure. Ethical hackers who discover vulnerabilities, including those related to brute force attacks, should follow responsible disclosure practices to notify affected parties before disclosing the issue publicly. 11.2 Regulatory compliance. Organizations must adhere to data protection and privacy regulations, such as the General Data Protection Regulation, GDPR, to ensure the security of user data and mitigate the risk of brute force attacks. Brute force attacks remain a constant threat, exploiting weak passwords and encryption vulnerabilities to compromise systems and data. By delving into advanced techniques, understanding the security implications of encryption, and adopting proactive defense strategies, individuals and organizations can strengthen their digital armor. Employing multifaceted authentication mechanisms, robust encryption practices, and instilling a culture of cybersecurity awareness are crucial in thwarting the tenacity of brute force attacks. The pursuit of cyber resilience, vigilance, and continuous improvement of security measures are key to safeguarding sensitive information and maintaining digital trust in an evolving threat landscape. Conclusion: building impenetrable defenses. Brute force attacks remain a formidable threat in the cybersecurity landscape, exploiting vulnerabilities in passwords and encryption keys. By understanding the various attack variants, their potential consequences, and adopting stringent security practices, individuals and organizations can fortify their digital fortresses. Employing robust authentication methods, implementing strong password policies, and staying updated on emerging attack techniques are pivotal in safeguarding sensitive information and thwarting the persistence of brute force attacks. Through a combination of technology, awareness, and proactive measures, the digital realm can be fortified against the relentless assault of these cyber threats.